Ever pondered over the intriguing oddities that encompass British life and culture? Welcome, dear listeners, to an exploration of the peculiarities that make the British Isles so uniquely captivating. Today we will be delving into the heart of Britain, unearthing 20 such curiosities that often leave outsiders bewildered and bemused. From the delightful to the downright baffling, Britain is a treasure trove of the unusual and unexpected. So fasten your seatbelts and prepare yourself for a fascinating journey through the British way of life. Starting at number 20, did you know that Britons drink 165 million cups of tea per day? That's over 20 times more than the average American. Tea is not just a beverage in Britain, it's a ritual, a tradition, a comfort and a welcome. Moving on to number 19, British people say sorry a lot. It's not always an apology, sometimes it's just a way to be polite. If you bump into a Brit, there's a good chance they'll be the one to apologize. At number 18, we have the classic British weather. It's often said that you can experience all 4 seasons in a single day in the UK, so always carry an umbrella even on the sunniest day. Number 17 highlights Britain's love for queuing. The British are known for their orderly queues and will often form a line without even being asked. Coming in at number 16, the Brits have a unique way of telling time. Instead of saying 1:30, they might say 1:30. And don't be surprised if you hear 1:15 or 1:45 either. For number 15, we delve into the world of British cuisine. The British consume more baked beans than any other country in the world. It's a staple food that can be found in every pantry. At number 14, it's about the language. Did you know that there are over 300 languages spoken in London alone? Talk about a linguistic paradise. Number 13 brings us to the world of sports. Cricket, a game that can go on for days, originated in England. It's not just a sport, it's a way of life for many. Moving on to number 12, the Brits love their pets. In fact, there are more pets than children in British households. Lastly, for number 11, we look at the iconic double-decker buses. These red buses are not just a means of transport, but a symbol of British culture. Hold on, we have just scratched the surface. The top 10 will leave you even more intrigued. Moving into the top 10, we find even more peculiarities. At number 10, the British Queen doesn't need a passport. Yes, you heard it right. As passports are issued in the Queen's name, it would be a bit odd for her to grant one to herself, don't you think? At number 9, we have the British love for talking about the weather. It's often used as an icebreaker or even as a way to fill awkward silences. Rain or shine, there's always something to say about the weather. Next, at number 8, we have the tradition of afternoon tea, a quintessential British custom. But it's not just about sipping tea, it's a social event, often accompanied by sandwiches, scones and cakes. Number 7 brings us to the peculiar British road rules. Did you know that it's illegal to splash pedestrians with water while driving? That's right, you could get fined for this in the UK. At number 6, we delve into the world of British sports. Cricket, a sport that can last for days, is loved by many. Yet its rules can be utterly baffling to outsiders. Now we're halfway through our top 10 and we've already uncovered some truly unique aspects of British life and culture, but hold on to your hats because the remaining 5 are even more surprising. Number 5 introduces us to the British obsession with queuing. Whether it's for the bus, at the supermarket or even at the pub, Brits are known for their disciplined and orderly queues. At number 4, we discover that in Britain it's a legal requirement for every swan in the River Thames to be owned by the Queen. Talk about a royal bird collection. Moving to number 3, we find the curious fact that Brits drive on the left. This tradition dates back to medieval times when knights would ride on the left to have their right arm free for combat. Number 2 reveals the peculiar British law that states it's illegal to handle a salmon in suspicious circumstances. Yes, you did hear that correctly. Brace yourself for the top 5. These are the most baffling facts about British life and culture. And now we reach the pinnacle. At number 1, the British have a different name for everything. Fries are chips, cookies are biscuits, and the list goes on. Let's rewind a bit. From the peculiar habit of numbering their houses in a zigzag to the baffling obsession with queuing, we've unraveled 20 puzzling aspects of British life, each more fascinating than the last. From tea obsession to unique vocabulary, British life and culture indeed make for a fascinating study. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.